Hello, ABG is back, and today we have game designer Steve, who is from Capital Games Studio, with us today. And it's been a while since we've done interview, so it's gonna feel awkward for a while. But yeah, here goes. So, Steve, how do you enter the industry? I think a lot of the viewers probably will want to find out.
Well, it was actually by luck.
Okay.
Like, I found this company by luck. I didn't really know much about it beforehand. So the story is like one day I wanted to go to GameStart. I think it was 2017 GameStart. So because I was going to ORD from army, so I was very poor, and I wanted to find a way to go to GameStart for free.
Okay.
So I chanced upon Capital Games Studios like Facebook posts. They said they were looking for volunteers to demo their game. So I just
which game was it then?
I think it was Wonga maybe.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. So sorry. So I just signed up. Then I went to the event and met them, I guess. So yeah. So basically I talked to them, and then they were interested in developing the relationship further.
Okay.
I guess so. Yeah. So then we just met outside. Over coffee, we just talked, and then eventually ended up here.
Okay. So how long have you been under their employment? Kind of like.
I think it's about 2 years.
2 years. So
close. About more or less.
Kind of happened around 2018.
Yeah, 2018
early
January,
okay.
or like 2017 December, end of December, somewhere like that. Yeah.
Okay. So with that, it will also mean that from the games from Capital Games Studio. Is Wonga Mania the only game you were not involved in the game design? Because you were already kind of volunteering to teach the game, right? So I'm sure the game is kind of already there. Or
yeah, it was more or less finished.
Yeah.
For Wonga Mania. I wasn't really involved in Devzilla because I think it was also at the end of the development cycle. They were just polishing it a little bit, and before they launched on Kickstarter.
Okay.
So my first game with Capital Games was Cryptocurrency.
All right.
And it launched in 2018, and like late 2018.
Yeah. That's also the game that won some award.
Yeah, I think it's the Gold Award for the Serious Games.
Serious Games.
Yeah.
Serious Games. I'm gonna put the Serious Games whatever logo here.
Actually, I was quite surprised, honestly.
Okay.
I didn't realize that.
Which Serious Games is given out by which country? It's not from Singapore, right?
No, it's not from Singapore. You got me there.
Singapore don't have any games.
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
It's overseas. I think it's somewhere in America, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, but they have this like yearly thing where they judge.
So were you like there for the awards?
Oh no, we just like send our games in, then
they judge it.
And yeah.
Okay. So Serious Games, Cryptocurrency.
2018, 2019, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So then Kaiju will be the second game that you've designed with Serious, no?
Yeah, it'll be I mean, it'll be the second game I publish with Capital Games Studio.
Okay.
Because I mean, we also do like games for corporate clients.
Okay.
So those games are also designed by me.
So how does that work? The games for corporate clients?
Oh, usually they just come to us with
okay.
an idea like, oh, I want to make a game like related to this. Then we'll give them like a proposal. I'll show them, okay, the basic game structure is like this, gameplay is something like this, and then if they are okay with it, we will start the process from there.
So you'll be like kind of you'll do the end to end to make sure that
so we do the game design all the way, the art, assets, everything all the way to production.
So who owns the IP after that?
We will give the IP to the client.
Okay.
Usually.
So that means there are many more games that you kind of cannot really credit yourself.
We have our logo, but it's not like for sale unless the client wants
to put it in the market.
Yeah, usually it's for their own internal training.
So for those kind of games, how many have you kind of designed, like based on the memory off head?
I think 4 or 5. Yeah, somewhere.
How long is the end-to-end process for this kind of?
It really depends on
The
the complexity. Like a simple card game. The easiest one I did was something there was a social deduction game,
Okay.
and it took me like 1 or 2 months. The entire process was done. The most difficult one was a worker placement game, but that one was kind of rushed, so we finished it in like 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah, because the client was like in a bit of a rush to get it done, so it took 4 months. Usually, I would prefer to take at least half a year to balance everything, but it was a rush.
So does that mean that there will be another game from you in 2020 that will be out in the market? Kinda. Because now it's the start of the year. You mentioned 6 months. Are you already in the plans of a next game?
Yes, so we are starting this new line of games.
Okay.
Basically, we're having another branch in Capital Games Studio called Market,
Market. Okay.
which focuses on like light, small games that for the family crowd, I guess you can
Light
say.
small game. So it's like what, pocket size?
Yeah, something like that, I guess you can say.
Okay.
We try to do like light games, maybe some party games. Basically, games that everyone can enjoy.
Okay, so you don't have to be more serious. Because so far, I mean, the impression or the image that Capital Games Studio has is economic, finance related games. So far, I mean.
Yeah. We decided to, we needed to hit a wider target audience because financial literacy games are really niche. So we decided that, maybe so that more people will find out about us, we just do some party games. Of course, we're not gonna do some brainless ones. We will make sure to put a lot of work into them.
So it will still be some level. There will still be some level of intellectual thinking.
Yes, you can say that. I don't want to sound elite, so that.
I mean, even to the, I don't want to call it the brainless. The crowd that don't usually play games.
Like the hyper casual type.
The hyper casual gamers. I'm sure they will still enjoy some level of challenge rather than
I guess,
a game that doesn't. I mean, even if we just take a deck of cards and you play some level of game, Bridge.
Yeah.
I don't know. In Singapore, we play Tai Ti or whatever.
Yes.
There's still some level of thinking, and you have to. So.
So we actually have one that is in development right now.
Okay.
It's this game called Checkout.
Okay.
And it's basically a game about convenience store in Asia.
Okay.
So basically, you are this shopper that wants to
Buy
grab
this.
all these things before everyone else can.
Okay.
It's like it's a dice placement game,
Okay.
and it's real time. So basically, you're just rolling dice, trying to place the dice on all these different food items before anyone else can.
Okay.
So it's like real time dexterity, dice placement,
Okay.
and then you want to you want to queue up also. So there's like a queue thing, like a checkout counter. Then when you're done getting all the things that you want, you just place your remaining dice at the checkout counter, and there's also some items you can get at the checkout counter. So it's like additional scoring. This kind of thing.
So when is the game? When are we looking at this game coming to market?
Let me think.
Is it gonna be on Kickstarter or?
I'm not very sure on those details yet. So,
okay.
But we are trying to get it out this year for sure.
Okay.
So
it'll be under a brand new branding called Meerkats.
yes, Market Studios. Yes.
Okay, so moving on. If you were to give advice to aspiring game designers, especially from Singapore or in the Asian market, because I mean, I'm trying to hit the target audience of Asian board gamers. Yeah, what would you share with them? Like how if they want to get into this industry, what is the best thing they can do for themselves?
Get into this industry. Honestly, it's really, really difficult, and I consider myself really lucky that I managed to find this company. I would advise them that they should never stop trying. Like always come up with something fresh, something cool, something interesting, and just keep showing it to people. Eventually, you will find someone that likes it, and they might publish your idea. And also play more games.
So they have more exposure.
It definitely helps. Yeah.
there's some final changes to Kaiju Enterprise now that it's called no longer Kaiju Exchange.
Yes.
Yeah. So when would we be able to expect it on Kickstarter again? The relaunch?
We are working very hard to make it in February.
Okay.
Yes. So like early February.
Okay.
So
just nice
once
after the
we-
Chinese New Year.
yes. Ang Pao money have already back Kickstarter.
Good timing.
If we so right now we're just working with all the artists to make all the new assets and everything, and update the Kickstarter.
So
page, gameplay
is
is more or less done.
more or less done.
settled.
So it'll be kind of different from what we have seen so far, right? I mean, I've put out a video, but obviously the video I think is outdated now, given the gameplay has changed quite a fair bit.
Yeah, I would say so. But of course, most of the I can't say the core game mechanics, because the core game mechanics kind of changed. You still fulfill demands, you still score influence from fulfilling demands. Just that there is now there's now lesser opportunities to score,
Okay.
and it's basically a tighter game, and you're able to build a stronger engine with the new things.
Okay.
And also there's more like better decision making for the demand cards.
Yeah. So we should look forward to that in February.
Yeah.
Which means I have a deadline to edit this video before. Otherwise, I mean, if this video comes out in March, then what's the point of us shooting now? Anyway, now we are kind of next week to 1 week to Chinese New Year, so that gives the timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, Steve. Thank you for spending time with us, and
It's my pleasure.
yeah. So well, if you like videos like this, do comment below. Let us know what you like or what you dislike about the video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thumbs down if you don't, but don't do it.
Just thumbs up.
Yeah, share it with people who you know is in Asia and maybe want to be a aspiring board game designer one day. And subscribe below. Yeah, most important thing, please do subscribe to us. More videos are at the side, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.